Alien spacecraft, flying saucers, we are intrigued by them. Some people claim they have seen them with all kinds of flashing lights. And of course, we have all kinds of photographs purporting to be spacecraft. These are UFOs. Well, that just means unidentified flying object. And you never know what these things are. So far, none have been confirmed as flying saucers. I mean, if you see a frisbee fly by your window until you've identified that as a frisbee, you've seen a UFO. But certainly a fascinating question to ask. Are we alone out there? There are, of course, people who say that they know for sure that we're not, that they have seen evidence. They refer to a 1947 crash of a supposed flying saucer in Roswell, New Mexico, where witnesses claimed that aliens were spirited away by the US military, and all of this was kept secret. Then there are people who say they've been actually kidnapped by extraterrestrials, have been questioned and prodded and tested, and their memory was partially or totally blacked out before they were returned to their daily lives. Well, obviously, scientists are very much interested in discovering whether or not there is life out there. And Dr. Frank Drake, an American astrophysicist, even came up with an equation, the so-called Drake equation, to calculate the probability of life out there given the criteria needed for life to exist. And they came up with a number, that there is probability. However, this is just fanciful philosophizing, because you cannot calculate realistically such a probability. You can calculate what is the probability of the number 2 coming up when you throw a die, because there are 6 possible outcomes, one of which is the number 2, so it would be a 1 in 6 chance. We cannot make such a calculation for the probability of life because we just don't have the data. The only thing we know is that there is life on one particular planet, and that's Earth. Whether it's intelligent or not is debatable. But you cannot extrapolate from one point. So until we have some physical evidence of life out there, or until some radio astronomer discovers a signal that is coming from deep in space, we are just left to theorize and wonder about whether or not life can exist out there. But we're only guessing. What is my guess? Well, I think given the size of the universe, it is unlikely that life would evolve on an insignificant little planet like Earth in an insignificant galaxy like the Milky Way. However, I think it is also extremely unlikely that we are being visited by extraterrestrials because the distances are just too great. But who knows? Wouldn't it be fantastic if all of a sudden they emerge and we have a real close encounter of the third kind? Boy, would that make life interesting. However, I don't think it is very likely, but you never know. And that for today is our Cup of Joe.